On December 22, 2024, the small town of Caboolture, Queensland was rocked by a tragedy that no one saw coming. Chloe Jade Mason, a vibrant 23-year-old known as CJ to her loved ones, was found unconscious on a quiet street called Railway Parade. Despite the efforts of paramedics, CJ succumbed to her injuries shortly after. What happened that night was not just a crime, it was a series of horrifying events that turned a peaceful evening into a nightmare. CJ was allegedly assaulted, chased, and ultimately shot by two men. But why? What led to this violent attack? And most importantly, who are the men responsible for taking CJ's life? The answers remain elusive, but one thing is clear. This case is filled with mysteries, unanswered questions, and a haunting sense of injustice. CJ's final moments paint a chilling picture of fear and violence. Witnesses reported seeing her being chased before she was found unconscious. Investigators believe she knew her attackers, but the motive for the assault and subsequent murder remains unclear. Adding to the mystery is the release of CCTV footage by Queensland police. The footage shows a man riding a bicycle near the crime scene. Authorities believe this individual may hold crucial information about what happened that night. But here's where the questions multiply. Who is this man? Why hasn't he come forward? And could he be the key to solving this heartbreaking case? CJ was described by her loved ones as a kind, compassionate young woman with a bright future ahead of her. Her family has been left shattered by her loss, struggling to make sense of a tragedy that feels senseless. Her friends and community remember her as someone who brought joy to those around her. Now they are united in their grief and determination to find justice for CJ. In the days following her death, the small town of Caboolture came together to mourn her loss. Vigils were held, flowers were laid at the scene, and the demand for justice grew louder with each passing day. But as time goes on, the fear that this case will go unsolved looms large. This case is rife with unanswered questions, each more haunting than the last. Why was CJ targeted? Investigators suspect she knew her attackers, but the motive behind the crime remains unknown. Was this a personal vendetta? A dispute that spiraled out of control? Or something else entirely? What led to the chase? Was this a premeditated act, or did the events of the night escalate in ways no one could have foreseen? Who is the man on the bicycle? The CCTV footage of this individual has captivated public attention. Is he a witness, an accomplice, or possibly even one of the attackers? Adding to the mystery is the lack of clear evidence pointing to the identities of CJ's attackers. Could they still be out there hiding in plain sight? Could they be watching as this case unfolds, confident they'll never be caught? The man on the bicycle has become a central figure in this case. His presence near the scene of the crime raises countless questions. Was he simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, or does he hold the answers investigators are desperately seeking? Queensland police have urged anyone who recognizes the man or knows anything about his movements to come forward. Yet, he remains unidentified, and his silence only deepens the mystery. Some theorize that this man might be an accomplice or even the mastermind behind the attack. Others believe he could be an innocent bystander, unaware of the vital role he plays in unraveling this case. As investigators work tirelessly to piece together what happened, the demand for justice grows louder. CJ's family and friends deserve answers. The community of Caboolture deserves closure, and CJ herself deserves to be remembered not as a victim, but as a young woman whose life was unjustly taken. This case is far from over, and your help could make all the difference. If you know anything about the events of December 22nd, recognize the man in the CCTV footage, or have any information that could aid the investigation, please contact Queensland Crime Stoppers immediately. What do you think happened that night? Could the man on the bicycle hold the answers, or is there more to this case than meets the eye? Share your theories in the comments below. I'll be reading and responding to as many as I can. Together, we can keep CJ's story alive, demand justice for her and her family, and ensure that her killers are brought to justice. Subscribe to this channel to stay updated on this case and other compelling stories we cover. Like this video to help amplify CJ's story and ensure it reaches as many people as possible. Share this video with your friends, family, and on social media. The more people who see this, the greater the chances someone with information will come forward.